The design team will be on hand to oversee the project, but at this point, Gary and Crystal can contact licensed contractors to get bids on installing the new garden. One of the features the design team wanted to include is to capture as much of the rainfall as possible before it runs off into the gutter. Runoff is a term used to describe the water from rain, snowmelt, or irrigation that flows over the land surface and is not absorbed into the ground. Our local watersheds can be our best source of potable water. By capturing runoff and allowing it to percolate, we can help replenish our watersheds. We can do this by directing the runoff from our roofs and paved surfaces to a suitable location in the yard where it can percolate into the soil or be captured for storage and later use. In landscapes, features that collect and convey runoff are called swales. Swales are created by grading the landscape to capture the runoff and convey it to a discharge area away from structures. Here, in this basic diagram of Gary and Crystal's property, we have mapped the flow of water as it runs off the roof and paved surfaces into a swale between the two properties and then onto the street. In the new design, we keep this swale, but instead of allowing the runoff to flow onto the street, we direct the flow into the new lawn area along the sidewalk. We will adjust the grade of the new turf area so that it collects the runoff from the existing swale where it will percolate. It's important to remember that water should flow away from, never toward, structures. Recently, for new construction, some cities require that you retain runoff. In this yard, for example, an underground tank captures the first flush of rain before it can be discharged into the city's drainage system. Here's another example. In this hillside yard, runoff is collected in a closed underground drain system until it's about 6 feet clear of the front of the house, where it's allowed to percolate into this swale. During the rainy season, the soil in this part of the garden will be wetter, and because of this, a separate hydrozone has been created along the swale. Fruit trees and ornamental plants are planted along the swale to take advantage of the seasonal additional moisture. In our Mediterranean climate, it will be necessary to irrigate this hydrozone in the months we don't have rain. Another way to capture water in your yard is to use permeable paving. Here, the paving material is modular, and the joints between the units allow water to percolate to the soil below. You can also use decomposed granite as a paving surface, seen here used to good effect in this driveway.